Hello. Today we're going to talk about Whistlepig Distillery, specifically their brand, Farmstock Rye, batch number 3. Alright, so Whistlepig Distillery. These guys are founded in 2007 in Shoreham, Vermont. So if you're geographically disinclined like I am, Vermont's North North America, and Shoreham is on the far west side of that state, right in the center. And Whistlepig in 2007, basically their owners bought a bunch of land, a farm that's I think around 500 acres, to start this distillery, and they were very terroir driven. They were trying to really showcase the sense of place in making their whiskeys. Now, the economics of whiskey making isn't that simple, because when you first start a distillery, you need aged whiskey, right? So even if you have the most money in the world, you can't buy time. And really good whiskey, or a lot of really good things, meats and cheeses for example, need time. So basically when they first started, they outsourced their whiskeys, started distilling their own though, and started that aging process. And initially it was more of a blending house than an actual distillery. But time passes on, and they start to integrate their own aged whiskeys, their own Vermont aged whiskeys, into their blends. And now, let's see, 2007, so 13 years later, they've been putting out these Farmstock Rye series. And so the idea behind this one, and what's so alluring about it, is that most of the ingredients in it are sourced from them. So right now I think it's 52 or 53% of the rye whiskey in this brand is sourced from the distillery itself. So it's using their own local water, using their own rye that they actually grow on the estate, and they also age it in Vermont oak that they grow, oak trees that they make into barrels. So this is a really cool expression of what they're doing at the distillery, and not just simply a blend and a bottling, which a lot of spirit brands do that. They essentially outsource the spirit and have it made there, aged there, shipped over here, and basically you blend it and bottle it and then slap a brand name on it, right? So that happens all the time. So I like that Whistlepig is going in this direction of like, hey, this is us, this is what we're about, this is how we do it. You guys are probably, if you're whiskey drinkers, probably familiar with the brand though, overall, Whistlepig. They've won a lot of awards for their rye whiskeys. Their Whistlepig 10 year is what you've probably seen a lot of, but also they've got the Boss Hog series that's very expensive and really cool. But I picked this one specifically because they're trying to represent themselves here in a more full way, and I like that. As you can tell, I must like it a little bit, right? I'm, mostly through with it. So this is 52% is 3-year-old rye, 31% is 6-year-old rye, and 17% is 10-year-old rye. The 52% though, that's 3 years old, that is from Vermont. And so the rest of that is sourced from Canada, it looks like. That's where the other portion of the whiskeys are coming from. But yeah, let's go and get right into the taste. I'm going a lazier route now that I've started doing videos again, because my time is more fleeting than before. So I'm gonna skip all the theatricality of like the cool slow motion pour, all the razzle dazzle. You're just gonna have to be stuck with boring old Jeremy. So I'm gonna pour it into my dope tasting glass and give it a smell, give it a look, give it a try. Fairly light, nothing too dark here. I mean, most of the bill is 3 to 6 years old, so you wouldn't expect anything too dark here anyways. But it looks pretty good, looks pretty nice. That's nice. That's a good aroma right there. It's 43% alcohol, and you really don't get the heat. And what's great about this glassware is that if there's heat on the nose, it'll let you know because it's so focused. So it looks like in their distillation and blending, they did a good job keeping it soft on the aroma. Definitely has that nice, like, kind of bruleed caramel thing going on, a little nutty, a little woody. There's actually a bit of florality there, like a delicate florality. I wonder if that's from that Vermont rye. I'm not really sure. It's a great aroma, though. I've only had number 2 and number 3, so I never tried number 1. And to be honest, I liked number 2 more than I liked number 3, but number 3 is still pretty damn good. But the last batch they did, I really, really enjoyed it a lot. But like I said, I wouldn't kick this out of bed for eating crackers. It is pretty freaking good. I'm surprised this bottle isn't empty. I really do. I forgot how much I enjoy this. It has a great buttercream thing going on. Again, the heat is just really not there at all. It's really well integrated. Oh, just this buttery, oaky vanilla goodness with a little bit of like roasted nuts. Got some weight to it. It's definitely not thin, but it's not, you know, punch you like with fucking, you know, 20-pound sledgehammer of fucking, you know, booze and oak. So there's balance. It's in the medium plus body range. The nose matches the palate, which I really, really like a lot. It's not often that they work in synchronicity. Sometimes one is like lying, and the other one is, you know, one is boasting and one is like bashful and lame. But the nose and the palate here are both really well integrated. There's no confusion here, you know, which I think is the mark of great distillation and great blending. Yeah, I would go a little further and just based on how the alcohol is smoothly integrated, you probably wouldn't want to dilute this. I think drinking this neat is going to be the way to go. I would avoid the water. I mean, it's always worth trying it that way, you know, to suit your palate. But I think you would be losing if you were to cut this with water. It's a little too delicate in some arenas that, yeah, I think it could be detrimental to chill it or to add dilution. But yeah, that's about it for Whistlepig Farmstock Rye Batch 3. I would highly recommend it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it an 8.3, which is a pretty high rating in my book. Yeah, so give it a try sometime if you see it. It changes from year to year. I don't know if they're doing yearly releases or if it's longer than that. They're only number 3, so they're not doing it often. Because I first tried number 2, I don't know, a year and a half ago, maybe 2. I'm not sure about that. So if you happen to see a bottle of this, it's probably worth picking up because you won't be able to get it again, right? And that's part of the special nature of these types of bottles. Yeah, but thanks for your time. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.